Picture this: a luxury SUV that not only redefines what it means to drive in style, but also marks a turning point in the global push toward electrification. Imagine the roar of the engine replaced by the silent surge of electric power, all from a name synonymous with speed, elegance, and automotive heritage. Porsche. Now envision the iconic Cayenne, a vehicle that once stunned the world with its blend of performance and utility, preparing to make its most dramatic leap yet: a full transition to electric power. This is not just an evolution, it is a revolution, and it is set to reshape the landscape of luxury vehicles in ways few could have predicted just a decade ago. But why does this matter so much? Why is the impending arrival of the all-electric Porsche Cayenne, a model scheduled to debut in the year 2026, sending shockwaves not only through the car industry, but across the entire world of technology and economics? To answer that, we must journey back and understand what the Cayenne represents, both to Porsche and to the broader luxury SUV market. When the Cayenne first appeared in showrooms in the early 2000s, purists scoffed. A Porsche SUV? It seemed almost sacrilegious. Yet, the Cayenne swiftly silenced critics by becoming Porsche's second bestseller in America, trailing only behind its smaller sibling, the Macan. Its recipe was simple but potent: combine the brand's legendary handling and performance with the comfort, space, and practicality that families and adventurers craved. The result? A best-in-class SUV that managed to carve out a unique niche, attracting both die-hard driving enthusiasts and those simply seeking the best that money could buy. Fast forward to the present, and the Cayenne faces an entirely new challenge. The world is accelerating toward a future where internal combustion engines are no longer the default. Governments from Europe to Asia have announced plans to phase out gasoline and diesel vehicles over the coming decades. Consumers are increasingly conscious of their carbon footprint, and the luxury market is no exception. Porsche, a company deeply rooted in tradition, now finds itself navigating a high-stakes transition to electric vehicles. A transition that could either cement its legacy or threaten its dominance. Enter the Cayenne EV. Built on the ultra-advanced premium platform electric, or PPE, co-developed with Audi, this is not just a new trim or a modest update. The Cayenne EV is a statement of intent, a bold pledge that Porsche will not just participate in the electric revolution, but lead it. CEO Oliver Blume has been unequivocal, stating, "Electromobility is a clear focus for Porsche, and the Cayenne EV will be a key pillar of our future lineup." The scale of Porsche's commitment is staggering. Over the next half-decade, the company plans to invest more than $20 billion in electromobility, a sum that dwarfs the annual budgets of many countries. By the year 2030, Porsche aims to electrify a significant portion of its portfolio, with the Cayenne EV serving as a flagship. This is more than just a play for headlines. It is a calculated bet that the future of high-performance SUVs will be powered by batteries, not gasoline. So what exactly will set the Cayenne EV apart in an increasingly crowded field of electric SUVs? Let's pop the virtual hood and explore the engineering marvels Porsche is packing into this vehicle. First, range anxiety. A common concern for electric vehicle adopters is being tackled head-on. The Cayenne EV is targeting a WLTP range exceeding 300 miles, putting it in the upper echelon of luxury electric SUVs. For context, the WLTP, Worldwide Harmonized Light Vehicles Test Procedure standard, tends to be more generous than the EPA ratings used in the United States. But even so, this figure suggests that the Cayenne EV should comfortably handle long road trips and daily commutes alike. Power is another area where Porsche refuses to compromise. In its top configuration, the Cayenne EV is expected to deliver over 600 horsepower. To put that in perspective, that is more power than most supercars produced just a decade ago. This surge of energy is distributed across all four wheels, thanks to a sophisticated dual-motor all-wheel drive system, ensuring that the Cayenne EV delivers not just straight-line speed, but the kind of cornering prowess for which Porsche is legendary. But performance is not just about acceleration. It is also about how a vehicle adapts to real-world demands. The Cayenne EV is being engineered with towing in mind, a rare trait among electric SUVs. Porsche has revealed that the Cayenne EV will be able to tow up to 7,000 716 pounds, depending on the configuration. This puts it squarely in the same league as its combustion sibling and ahead of many electric rivals, including the Rivian R1S and Ford F-150 Lightning. For families who need to haul boats, campers, or horse trailers, this represents a significant selling point. However, there is a caveat. While the technical tow rating is impressive, towing with an electric vehicle often leads to a steep reduction in range. Unlike gasoline vehicles, which can be refueled in minutes at ubiquitous stations, electric SUVs must contend with the current limitations of charging infrastructure. In practical terms, this means that a cross-country road trip with a heavy trailer could require more frequent and longer stops. Porsche has not yet disclosed exactly how much range the Cayenne EV will lose while towing, but industry experts suggest that reductions of up to 50% are possible in extreme cases. This is a challenge that all electric vehicle makers face, and it underscores the importance of continued advancements in battery technology and charging networks. Speaking of batteries, the Cayenne EV will leverage the PPE platform's 800-volt electrical architecture. This is a significant leap from the 400-volt systems that have long been the industry norm. Why does this matter? An 800-volt system supports ultra-fast charging, enabling the Cayenne EV to replenish its battery from 10 to 80% in under 25 minutes when connected to a compatible charger. This is a vital feature for busy professionals and families who cannot afford to wait for hours at charging stations. Over-the-air updates will further enhance the ownership experience, allowing Porsche to continuously improve software, add features, and optimize performance long after the vehicle leaves the factory. Technology does not stop there. The Cayenne EV is slated to feature a suite of advanced driver assistance systems, or ADS, including adaptive cruise control, automated lane keeping, and potentially even hands-free highway driving. These features are becoming table stakes in the luxury market, where Tesla, Mercedes-Benz, and BMW have already set high standards. Porsche's challenge will be to match or exceed these offerings, all while maintaining the visceral driving feel that its customers expect. But as the saying goes, the devil is in the details. The electric SUV market is no longer the wild, uncharted territory it was just a few years ago. Tesla remains the dominant force, thanks to its early start, expansive supercharger network, and relentless pace of innovation. Rivian, Lucid, and other upstarts are also making waves, each promising to disrupt the status quo with unique features and aggressive pricing. As Frank Weber, head of development at BMW, puts it, the electric SUV market is becoming increasingly competitive, and Porsche's entry with the Cayenne EV will raise the bar for performance and luxury. The challenge for Porsche, then, is not simply to build an excellent electric SUV, but to do so without compromise. Enthusiasts expect the Cayenne EV to deliver not just numbers on a spec sheet, but a truly thrilling driving experience. At the same time, newcomers to the brand, drawn by the promise of sustainability, will judge the vehicle on its environmental impact, ease of use, and practicality. Striking this balance will not be easy. For example, while the Cayenne EV's projected base price is likely to exceed $100,000, a threshold that puts it firmly in the ultra-luxury bracket, must offer enough value to justify the premium over competitors like the Tesla Model X, the Rivian R1S, and the BMW iX. Price is further complicated by global economic forces. The electric Macan, Porsche's first all-electric SUV, already starts at nearly $79,000, about $15,000 more than its combustion counterpart. If the Cayenne EV follows this pattern, its entry price could easily soar beyond $100,000, especially once tariffs and luxury taxes are factored in. Furthermore, Porsche has ruled out assembling these vehicles in the United States, meaning they will not benefit from certain tax incentives or avoid import duties. This could make the Cayenne EV a tough sell in some markets, unless the perceived value is truly extraordinary. Beyond pricing, Porsche faces a host of challenges that are largely outside its control. The global supply chain for electric vehicles is under unprecedented strain. Key minerals required for battery production, such as lithium, cobalt, and nickel, are in high demand, while geopolitical tensions and labor shortages threaten to disrupt production. The specter of ongoing trade disputes, particularly between the United States, Europe, and China, looms large, with the potential to drive up costs and delay deliveries. As Matthias Müller, former CEO of the Volkswagen Group, emphasized, The transition to electric vehicles requires significant investment and strategic partnerships, and Porsche is well positioned to succeed with the Cayenne EV. The long-term future of battery technology also hangs in the balance. While today's lithium-ion batteries represent a huge leap forward from early electric vehicle designs, they are still limited by energy density and charging speed. Porsche is actively exploring solid-state battery technology, which promises to dramatically increase range and reduce charging times. Although these breakthroughs remain several years away from mass production, insiders report that Porsche is already testing prototype Cayenne EVs equipped with experimental solid-state cells. If successful, these advances could make future versions of the Cayenne EV not just competitive, but truly revolutionary. The implications of Porsche's electric gamble extend far beyond the confines of the car industry. As luxury automakers like Mercedes-Benz, Audi, and BMW race to electrify their own lineups, the success or failure of the Cayenne EV will send a powerful signal to the market. If Porsche can deliver a vehicle that satisfies both the heart and the conscience, combining breathtaking performance with genuine sustainability, it could set a new gold standard for the industry. If not, it risks becoming another costly experiment, remembered more for its ambition than its achievements. For consumers, the choices are becoming more complex than ever. Those considering a move to electric vehicles must weigh not only the sticker price, but also factors like range, charging infrastructure, maintenance costs, and resale value. The Cayenne EV's advanced PPE platform and 800-volt charging system could offer tangible advantages, but only if public charging networks keep pace with the technology. Early adopters may enjoy the thrill of pioneering a new era, but they will also be the first to encounter any teething problems. At the same time, Porsche is hedging its bets. While the Cayenne EV is poised to be a flagship, the company has made it clear that combustion and hybrid versions of the Cayenne will continue to be offered well into the 2030s. This dual strategy has its risks and rewards. On one hand, it allows Porsche to serve loyalists who are not yet ready to embrace electric vehicles. On the other, it may frustrate those who want a clear, decisive break from the past. As Felipe Munoz of Jato Dynamics observes, the Cayenne EV's success will depend on its ability to balance performance, range, and price, appealing to both traditional Porsche customers and new EV buyers. Looking at the broader market, the Cayenne EV arrives at a pivotal moment. Government incentives for electric vehicles are evolving rapidly, with some countries offering generous rebates and others phasing them out. Infrastructure investments are surging, but in many regions, fast chargers remain scarce. The competitive landscape is shifting, with new entrants from China and America challenging the dominance of established European brands. In this climate, adaptability and innovation are essential. Gene Munster of Loop Ventures offers a compelling perspective. Tesla has a significant lead in the EV market, but Porsche's brand recognition and engineering expertise will make the Cayenne EV a formidable competitor. In other words, while Tesla's first-mover advantage is formidable, established brands like Porsche bring decades of credibility, a global dealer network, and a loyal customer base. The question is whether these assets will be enough to overcome the growing pains of electrification. There are also lessons here for investors and technology watchers. The automotive sector is entering an era of unprecedented disruption, where flexibility and strategic risk management are just as important as engineering prowess. Porsche's multi-billion-dollar investment reflects an understanding that the future is not set in stone. The company's willingness to partner with Audi, experiment with new battery chemistries, and maintain a diverse lineup demonstrates a pragmatic approach to innovation, one that could serve as a blueprint for others. What does this mean for the future of luxury SUVs? If the Cayenne EV succeeds, it could redefine what buyers expect from a top-tier vehicle. Imagine a world where silent acceleration, software-driven upgrades, and ultra-fast charging are not just perks but standard features, where the badge on your SUV signals not just status, but a commitment to sustainability and technological leadership, where a Porsche is as much a statement about your values as your taste in cars. Conversely, if the Cayenne EV stumbles, whether due to high prices, infrastructure bottlenecks, or technological setbacks, white could slow the broader adoption of electric vehicles in the luxury segment. Rivals would take note, and future investments might be scaled back. The stakes, in other words, could not be higher. As we look ahead, it is clear that the race for electric supremacy is just beginning. Over the next decade, we will see a technology arms race, not just in horsepower, but in software, battery chemistry, and user experience. The Cayenne EV is more than a new model. It is a signpost for the future of high-performance, luxury electric vehicles. For consumers, enthusiasts, and investors alike, these developments are worth watching closely. And here is a little-known secret insiders are quietly buzzing about. Behind closed doors, Porsche engineers are already road-testing prototype Cayenne EVs equipped with next-generation solid-state batteries. If these experiments bear fruit, they could usher in a new era of electric mobility, one where range anxiety becomes a thing of the past and charging times rival the speed of today's gas fill-ups. That is the promise of the electric revolution, and Porsche is determined to lead the charge. So, what do you think? Is the Porsche Cayenne EV poised to become the new benchmark for luxury SUVs? Or will it face the same obstacles that have tripped up so many rivals before? Are you excited by the prospect of a silent, electrified Porsche conquering both the Autobahn and the open road? Or do you worry that the transition to electric is moving too fast, leaving behind the soul that made these vehicles special in the first place? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Will you be among the early adopters? Or are you waiting to see how the next chapter unfolds? Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world of global technology and economics. Stay tuned, because as the Cayenne EV blazes toward its 2026 debut, the race for the electric future is